Football. Give first the foot. Kick it with your foot because it goes. Oh, it's in the 3 points. Hello.
God's sake.
Sorry, yeah. Oh, I don't like starting videos by saying, "Hey guys, it's your boy Jim," because it's just boring. So, yeah, this is App Spy. My name is James Gilmore, and joining me today is
Oscar Deus. I assume you're waiting for me to say my name.
I was waiting for you to jump on in with your own name. And the video footage you are currently watching is FIFA Mobile. They finally released FIFA Mobile, the thing that EA said they would release last year when I talked to them directly at E3 and said, we're doing FIFA Mobile. And then it came out and it was just called FIFA 16. And it wasn't what they said it was at all. But now it is! And we're not sure whether that's a particularly good thing. Are we, Oscar?
No, yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. Well, you've spent a bunch of time with it last night. You were playing it live on our Mob Crush stream. I've played a bunch of 16, as it was now known. And we've also got one of our writers, John Monday, who spent a lot of time with it as well. And I wanted to kind of collate your opinions of this new game and what it's all about, how it's changed primarily.
Okay.
If you've played FIFA 16 from last year, and certainly people watching this probably have, it was a bit criticised because not quite as much content as people wanted. It was mostly about Ultimate Team, really, and I know that a lot of people kind of just want to be able to play normal matches with the team that they like, with the players that they like, and carry on. Are they going to be pleased with FIFA Mobile?
In short, no. It's pretty much the same in that it is just Ultimate Team. And I got excited when I first turned it on. It said, choose your club. And I was like, oh, yes, I get to choose I can be my beloved Bristol City. No, you can't. You choose the crest of your club and get excited about it. And then they go, okay, now here's some bronze packs. And you get 11 players that you've never heard of before.
So you're opening more packs again to pick players at random.
Yeah.
And then you have to cobble together a team out of those people and then, well, I was going to say play a full game of football, but that's not really true either. What's this attack mode all about?
Yeah, so some people have compared it to New Star Soccer, which is sort of accurate. So essentially all you do is you play, quite literally, half a game of football. So you only play the attacking half and you play from 0 to 45 minutes. Obviously, It's not actually 45 minutes long because that would be, well, torture. And so you just play that 45 minutes in the attacking half and you score as many goals as you can. And then that becomes an asynchronous match against someone else. So then the person who you were playing against, who wasn't actually there at the time, now it's their turn to do the same towards you. So in the first attack mode game I played, I won 2-0 against someone called John. John, it is now his turn to do the same against me. He, so far, has not played his half. And, in fact, none of the 10 games I started have been reciprocated by the other participant. So I'm currently in limbo land waiting for someone to answer my calls to play football with me. It's just like being a 4-year-old kid again, James. Help me.
Oh, dude. Oh, don't. Dredging up the terrible, terrible past. Well, to put it in context, this game has only been soft launched in Canada at the moment. So if you're on the Canadian App Store, you can get hold of it, but nowhere else can. So it's A, not completely finished yet, we assume, and B, it's somewhat limited in terms of the player base at the moment. And that's reflected, I think, in the way that people were trying to join leagues and start leagues and stuff and failing. So John Monday tried to do it in order to carry on and play what was supposedly the main part of the game. It seems to be a huge emphasis on social play, the stuff you're talking about, but he couldn't join any leagues. You couldn't join any leagues either. Yeah,
so leagues unlocks at level 5, I think it is. And from what I can gather, you join a league and the league becomes 20 or 30 or something teams that are all together, so 20 or 30 players, and then you compete as a league against other leagues. Which sounds kind of cool, and there's lots of different competitions you can play in that way, except none of the leagues were joinable for me. They'd all reached their pending response limit or something like that.
Yeah,
and so I couldn't actually join any of them, so I tried to make my own one, and 12 hours later, no one has joined it.
So that's not what you're looking for, really. Apparently, according to the blurb, that season mode will unlock at level 8, which is a 20-match season against other authentic leagues, which sounds more like the kind of game that people were perhaps looking for. But at present, people are stalled around about level 5 and can't join other leagues, so we don't really know. We're speaking, unfortunately, despite having played it from a point of ignorance. Now, everything sounds a little bit bitty and bite-sized. You start off, you're playing lots of little mini-games, it seems, before the attack mode, where you're doing little sort of almost training things.
Yeah,
right?
That's exactly what it is. So you just play training drills, which they're kind of fun, but and it teaches you how to play the game quite nicely. But I mean, it's FIFA. Who hasn't played FIFA now? I don't really think a training mode is needed. I would much rather have just played a normal, proper match, but you can't. And actually what it does is just highlight the problem with the controls, where the control scheme is actually okay. You can either play with virtual sticks and buttons, or you can play sort of swipe and tap controls, both of which work fairly well. But it tries to sort of amalgamate the two. So you end up sort of playing with a virtual stick and sort of playing with swipe controls, and you just end up getting confused. And on top of that, it tries to load in an autoplay feature where it says if you're busy or bored or something like that. And I was like, is this the right message you should be sending out? If you're busy or bored, then it will play it for you. And it's like, okay, but it's not like a switch that you pull to put it into autoplay. It just autoplays when you don't input any controls. So if you're just sort of cruising along with the ball for a couple of seconds, then it automatically switches into autoplay, and now suddenly you're no longer in control, and the game gets confused as to whether you want to shoot or pass or, I don't know, do a handstand.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so they've been wrestling with the controls for a while now. Originally, it was just the floating joysticks that they used and buttons. Then they introduced the gesture stuff, which some of it works. Shooting makes sense to me. The kind of swiping to shoot feels quite nice and natural. But some of the other stuff, just pointing to tell the players where you want to go, I've never felt as comfortable doing that. I feel like I want to be controlling them more directly and not just running in straight lines everywhere. But I don't know. It's always tricky with mobile. We know this. Trying to convert to a touchscreen is not the easiest thing in the world, and they're having a good stab at it. Now, the idea of FIFA Mobile originally was that this will be the final app that FIFA launches. So the idea is from here on in, they're just going to constantly update FIFA Mobile. Instead of releasing FIFA 17, 18, 19, this will be the base, and then all other additions will be just piled on top of this one. So theoretically, and this is what they were saying last year and didn't deliver on, this will be the last FIFA you ever need to download on mobile, at least for the foreseeable future. I don't know now, hearing what you've said, whether that's good or not, because it sounds like they need to pile an awful lot more on top of it to make it the kind of thing that people want.
Yeah, I mean, that idea in principle is okay, although it might limit sort of gameplay and mechanical progression, but that remains to be seen. But in principle, that is okay, except for the fact that there's just not enough here for it to be a viable option at the moment. It's only Ultimate Team that's here, really, with a couple of other modes embedded into Ultimate Team, and that's about it. And even that is kind of not really working very well at the moment. So from my perspective, I think, well, if you're going to do that sort of base and you just update it every year, then it needs to at least have more features now. Like if it had a career mode now, like the console game does, or if it had a kickoff mode, or just a normal multiplayer mode. As far as I'm aware, there's no way of playing against your friends in this, which seems like quite a big feature to be missing. So maybe it will improve with updates. I hope it does, but I think they need to go back to the drawing board, to be honest.
Ooh. Harsh words. Well, as we said, it's not technically out yet. We'll let you know as soon as it does go live, and once the release is official, we'll obviously take a deeper look at it and do reviews and bits and bobs, so you'll get the full opinion a little bit later on. Stay tuned for more information regarding the thing that is FIFA Mobile. Thanks for joining me, Oscar.
That's all right.
And we'll speak to you all very soon.